Howdy friends, welcome to All About Relay channel. In this video, we will continue seeing the RTMS overview as a part 2. In the last video, we see about connection status icon and other home screen icons and buttons, and also like a select new test tool details. We will start seeing in this video system configuration page. Let's go to system configuration page. This page mainly help a user to define the test set, how they can configure to perform their particular application. Say example, you want to define your test set to perform the impedance testing, impedance relay testing, or conventional overcurrent relay testing. 3 voltage, 3 current is best choice. If you want to run more than 60 amps instantaneous overcurrent element testing, so you can do choose two currents, one current option, like two current. When you select it, like you the test set will able to deliver two currents parallel internally, and user connect as shown in this picture. Then this combined it will deliver 120 amps, the third one will deliver 60 amps. In case you want more than 120 amps, you can use the 3 voltage 1 current option, and the test set in the background automatically software will parallel the current. Just user need to connect it, and user will be shown only with only one current injection option. Like if I go back to the test setting screen, you can see here what it means. User connect, and that the as shown in the picture, if I set 3 amps, then each phase like I1, I2, I3 in the hardware, it will inject 1 amps each. Then it will deliver the 3 amps totally to the relay terminal. So that's how it works. Actually, this simplifies the user experience, and also it reduces the operating time. Normally it takes like parallelly connecting all the three currents, setting three currents in the software. So it makes life easier. And the six current option, it will help user to set the test set in the six current mode to run the differential element testing, because your differential element you need six currents to inject both side of the relay, winding one, winding two, or winding one, winding three, whatever the configuration your differential relay have. You need a six current. So this mode automatically convert here. If you go to the home screen, then it shows like six current here. If I go to the system configuration page again, then I change to 3 voltage 3 current, it changed to 3 voltage 3 current. So it helps user to configure your test setup according to the application requirement. And the battery option here, it allow user to select the last V as a battery, right? What it does mean, actually, in the smart 46 there is a fourth voltage channel. It can deliver 0 to 150 voltage AC output, or 0 to 250 voltage DC output at the 100 watts power. So when you select last V as a battery, the fourth voltage channel will act as a bat sim, and you user can set their value, like whatever the battery selection. It's a standard battery configuration like 24, 48, 125, 250, or you can set your values like user defined battery values. The max amplitude option here, it allow user to set your voltage and current channel limitation. It's like forced limitation. By default, software and firmware will allow user to run up to 60 amps in the current channel and 300 voltage in the voltage channel. Some user want to run less value, say example 32 amps in the current channel, and 150 voltage in the voltage channel. Once user set and go to the test screen or home screen, in this case, if I try to define 35 amps, it won't allow, because the software forces user to run up to 32 amps here. So I go back to my configurations screen again by clicking system configuration hardware page. Then I set these values to 0. Then the software will allow user to set whatever. Same, I'm trying to enter 35 amps, so it allow user to enter those values. So this is the one way user can control or limit their current injection to product the instrument or the testing, the relay they are testing it. The communication tab, it allow user to set fixed IPs, or keep the test set in the DHCP. DHCP is it's like a dynamic host control protocol. It does allow the test set automatically configure or communicate with a laptop or PC Ethernet port dynamically. So it doesn't matter whatever your local area connection is set up. When you select automatic IP configuration, then DHCP will permit a relay test set to communicate with the PC. The force DHCP button, in case you used the fixed IP address here, like example, like you have DHCP unchecked, then it will allow user to set fixed IP. Why we are allowing this option? You want to put the relay test set into the IEC 16850 network, so you want to configure sometime in the different IP, say example 192.164.0.10 or 10.1.50.3. So different networks, IP networks, you want subnet marks you want to put, then you can disable DHCP and use the fixed IP. Sometime you can disable it. Force DHCP, what it help in case you have facing the difficulties like converting the uh, fixed IP to DHCP. Sometimes it's stuck in the fixed IP. Then you can use the force DHCP option. Connect the instrument directly to with your PC, no other network connection. Then perform force DHCP. It will reset the IP address in the instrument. Here one important thing user need to consider: they should not perform this action when connected in the network. It may reset or try to reset the network configuration. And the minimum fan speed setting allow user to set like what are the fan speed to get the effective cooling. By default factory we set off 40 percentage of fan speed on 60 percentage. So in ideal condition the fan speed will be 40 percentage. When the current we are injecting higher than 60 percentage, fan speed will be there. But also the firmware take control some extent. When you are injecting high current, certainly more than 30 amps or 15 amps or 32 amps, the fan will comes on automatically. Or you turning on the battery simulator output, the fan will comes on automatically. This is part of the safety and support system used in the firmware to protect the instrument. And IEC 61850 indication, like this is a display. When it is disabled means the instrument you connected with the software don't have any IEC 61850 feature. That means you cannot do any goose testing. RTMS enhanced means it is like any additional tools as discussed in the part 1 video. You don't have the access to that one, so you need to enable to access those icons. The IRIG-B enable disable. When the IRIG-B is enabled, this will allow user to perform end-to-end testing or kind of any GPS related testing. You can use this instrument. The binary input one of the the binary input one of the test set will automatically configure to IRIG-B reception mode. Then you can connect GPS signal to this binary input one. Then you can perform the test, like you can do end-to-end testing or any local end testing, but you want to trigger with the GPS, you can use this feature. The default setting option, this help user to save their default setting. Say example, when you perform save as default, whatever the home screen every time you want to see, you can set that values and you can save. Like I always want to launch my software with 69 voltage by default in my test screen and 60 hertz default in my test screen. So when you perform this one, it automatically save the values. The help one, it will show the help values for help file of the instrument, how to use each screen and all these things. What I'm talking, it is available in this menu. The hardware tab, you have the 4 buttons. Advanced mode. Advanced mode, what it does, it help user to convert the voltage channel into current channel. Remember the 6 current mode also convert the voltage channel into current, but it the 6 current tab, it automatically convert all 3 channel. But in case you want to change only one current, one voltage channel into current, then you can select this option. In this case, like when convertible channel is selected 1, the YGen 1 will be converted as a voltage to current. If select 2, then 1 and 2 will convert it as a current channel. The 3, it is equal to this button, then you can choose this option instead of 3 selecting here. 0 means it resets. The update firmware option, sometime like time to time, we hate to release the new firmware to enhance the performance of instrument and also support new features, so user can use this button to update it. uh, Also note that when you have installing the new software, update your software, when first time you are connecting with the instrument, we automatically compare the firmware installed in the test set and which is loaded in the software. If it is mismatched, then we update or recommend update the firmware immediately. User even can use that feature instead of using this button. And the display version, another important tab, the user can have this. It helps in handy in case of when they're troubleshooting by Megger engineers. So user can give this particular page, like it holds all the details of the instrument, including history of YGen, serial number, its revision, hardware revision details, its PFC programming. All those informations available here, so user can first thing anything, any help they need, simply they can or by default they take the screenshot of this image and send it to Megger TAG engineer or anyone they are contacting. They can share that. It will help us to support the user effective way. The output configuration tab helps user to configure the voltage and current channel to perform or use effective way for their application testing. The standard currents 50 milliamps to 60 amps. It this selection by default, the current amplifier will allow automatically deliver 50 milliamps to 60 amps normally. That's a standard setting. The high burden mode, when selected, the current channel with the high burden mode 50 milliamps to 6 amps, if you notice 50 milliamps to 6 amps, we able to deliver compliance voltage of 50 voltage to perform like high burden electromechanical relays, some directional earth fault relays like CDG or CDD. These relays need kind of a high voltage to perform the test. So that time user can use this option. And if you want to set the frequency, you can use the user can use the frequency selection option. When you plugged user plugged into the 60 hertz system or 50 hertz system, auto frequency we automatically detect and we run the system based on that power supply. But user also allowed option to select their frequency 50, 60 or 16.66 or 25 hertz, and or even custom they define their own frequency. The one different one is line sync. When user selected line sync, this automatically follow the power supply connected to the test set, right? So the test set may be used in the lab or a substation or even sometime in home. So it automatically follow the power supply frequency to control. So basically you cannot control the phase angle and other things when you're in the line sync mode, because it simply follows the power system frequency. And another option is high burden mode for voltage channel. When it is enabled, the voltage channels can be injected with the high burden voltage, like the low voltage 30 voltage to 150 voltage, we automatically inject high burden values like up to 150 va. But note this point, this feature is available only for revision for our Rogowski Vygens, not on the regular hardware. Normally if you see the revision hardware revision of Vygens, anything 3.51 and above, you can see this. Anything below 3.51, you won't see this ability. So remember this is not available in all the hardwares. And analog mode, this is a feature. It allows user to switch your SMRT hardware into analog mode or sample value mode. SV mode is nothing but sample value mode. It's for IEC 61850 digital analog signal actually. This we will see in the separate video how to use this feature. The change state immediately, this particular button is directly related to your testing, like what your test is performed for each page of the tool, how it perform. The change state immediately, what it does, nothing but it uh, simply like when you're running the test, you move the test from pre-fault to fault, the change state immediately means it happens immediately. Say example, your free fall ends in 90 degree, and the it won't start from 91 degree next state. Whatever the state the false state starts, then it will start. Okay, whatever the phase angle is defined, it may be 0 degree or it may be 180 degree, whatever it is, that's a change state. Immediately it follows change state on zero cross. So this one, like your pre-fault is like moving. When you are changing pre-fault to fault or one state to another state, the first state, it will wait to change, it will wait up to reaching the zero cross, then it changes the state for the next state. It may be false state or it may be any other state. The change state on master zero, it's nothing but uh, the tests that have the clock, right? It's there is a separate master clock running in the background. The frequency speed is 14.4 kilohertz. That's our test kit speed. So based on that frequency, when master waveform it goes zero, then this any state test we are making, like a pre-fault to fault, it follows the master waveform, and based on that zero cross, the test values also get changed zero. We will continue to see the system page or other tools in the next video. Thank you.